Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Antonelli here.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here. Today, we're looking at a video that Alex Rodriguez posted on his YouTube, which is a great YouTube channel. I watch a bunch of his videos, but I've had a ton of people send me the video and say, look at what A-Rod's talking about hitting-wise, talking about swinging down on the ball, talking about creating backspin, a lot of kind of old school thoughts, and they wanted my opinion on it. So I want to look at it today. I pulled up an old school video over here of A-Rod back when he was with the Rangers. At this point of his career, he's one of my favorite players in the league. I can remember back in my high school days, I videotaped, he had cameras follow him and mic him up, which didn't happen a lot back then. It was spring training, and I remember I taped it on a VHS. You guys probably don't even know what a VHS is. And I'd watch it like every day. I'd come home, watch it. I'd like do sit-ups and, and stuff in my living room. I wanted to be A-Rod pretty much. So I love A-Rod. He's one of my favorite players of all time. But I want to go through this because he's talking about this, again, kind of like the old school thought of, really being down on the ball, dropping the bat head down on the ball. He talks a lot about this Ferris wheel type swing, and he shows kind of this exaggerated move. And he says if you swing like that, you're going to be under all the balls. You're going to be under every ball, and you're not going to be able to stay on top of the ball. You're not going to be able to drive the ball. And so I want to kind of show the move he's making, and then I wanted to pull up some of his old school video from back in the day when he was, one of the best players in the game. He's one of the best players of all time. And so I want to show the difference because the move that he's making here, when he's making this move, which is very much, this exaggerated down to the ball, keeping the barrel head up the whole time. He talked about that. He says, I got to keep the bat head up, right? And so for me, this is very much goes to the feel versus real thing. And there's a lot of major league guys, and I've played with a ton of guys, that when they talk about hitting, they talk about staying on top of the ball, being above the ball, swinging down on the ball, creating backspin, right? And so in their mind, this is the feel that they're kind of doing. I mean, when they show you, this is the move that they make. But when you watch their swing in a game, it doesn't do this, right? And so if we look at A-Rod over here, you can see how the barrel's getting turned much, much deeper, right? You can see the barrel starting to work back and down so that it can get up through the ball, right? And so you see him starting to get palm up, palm down deeper, right? Right here, he's already palm up, palm down in this video right here, right? And you can see the barrel is behind him. Now here, the barrel is working out in front of him, right? He's pushing the barrel forward. He's really taking the knob down to the ball. He's not getting palm up, palm down. And when you do this, of course, you can see right here, the barrel never gets into the zone, right? It doesn't get into the zone until basically, I guess, if he's going to hit this ball, which is going to be way inside, right? And so, again, this is the feel that he probably had. I have no doubt. He's an amazing player. Like I said, he's one of the best hitters of all time. Like, he has more talent in his pinky than I have in my whole body. I have no doubt about that. But the thing that I not worry about, but when you go on his YouTube channel, or anytime you see someone talking about this, right, a great hitter that kind of talks about, this is how you have to do it. There's people all over his channel saying, like, thanks so much, Alex. I learned so much. This is great. Like, I'm going to teach this, tomorrow to my son and all this stuff. And if you actually tell a kid, right, if you tell a kid, hey, you've got to do this. You've got to be down to the ball. Right? You've got to stay on top of the ball. You got to keep your bat head up. You got to take the knob down to the ball. Well, when A-Rod thinks that, he does this. But when a young kid, in my experience, I work with tons of young kids, I see so many kids come in and this is their swing right here. This is what they actually do. They go like this. And then they can't hit, right? So they're swinging straight down on the ball and they smother balls into the ground or they pop balls straight up. And so they cannot hit. You can't hit if you take this swing in a game. But he would never take this swing in a game. He takes this swing in a game. So that's the issue I see, is I see a lot of kids that are told this and they actually do it. This is the swing that they do, right? Or you have a dad or a coach that sees this, right? And he's watching A-Rod and he sees A-Rod saying like, this is what I'm doing. I'm keeping my bat head up. I'm swinging down on the ball. I'm knobbed down to the ball. And the coach or the dad says, okay, A-Rod's saying that. He hit a ton of home runs. He's a great, great player. So when they watch their son play or their players play and they don't take a swing that looks like this, and maybe they take a swing that looks more like this over here, they say, no. You got to keep the barrel head up. You got to be down to the ball, knob down to the ball. And so they start swinging. They actually start swinging like this. Instead of them thinking this, right? They actually do this. And that is what's dangerous, because then it's really, you wouldn't be able to create any bat speed with this. Your barrel is just cutting straight across the zone, so it's not getting in the zone early. There's not good direction. And it becomes just an upper body swing. So, hey, if you swing like this by thinking this, then think that all you want. And again, that's something that I've seen a lot of major league players do, right? They think this, they do this. Beautiful. But if you do this, you're going to be in trouble. Okay? So let's just look at it again. I just want to talk a little bit more like mechanically wise. Again, you see there's no turning of the barrel deep, right? So again, if you start with the hands, so there's no palm up, palm down. There's no trying to get the knob to work up. This knob's working down. This knob's turning up, right? You can see in this, his upper body's tilting back. On the one on the left, on the one on the right here, he's just pushing with his arms. His lead arm is working straight down. On this one over here, his lead arm is turning up. So it's just a completely different swing. I think everyone can really see that, right? And so again, you just got to be careful. And I know why A-Rod's doing this. He's doing this because he sees what some people are telling kids to do, and he's saying, no, in my mind, I never think any of the things that I'm seeing online or, I'm hearing. I'm thinking this right here, and that is terrific. But this didn't happen. That's not the swing he took. And so that's where you have to be careful. I always talk about feel and real. Right? A lot of players feel something. Doesn't mean they actually did it. And so let me know in the comment section below what you guys think when you see this. And if you see the difference, and just your general thought on feel versus real, or your general thought if you've seen the A-Rod video, give me your opinion of it. Because I'd really be interested to see and hear what you guys have to say. So just wanted to make that again quick. I've gotten so many Instagram messages and YouTube messages and people emailing me the video to check it out. And so wanted to make sure I threw it out there to you guys. But, A-Rod's still a great hitter, obviously. He's one of the best hitters of all time. I'm not saying that I know more than A-Rod. I don't know more than A-Rod. I'm just saying in this case, I think when you're talking about doing this right here, it's one thing to say I felt it, right? This is what I felt. This is what I felt. This is what I was trying to do, but I did this. Okay, fine. This is why I was successful. And maybe some of the thought processes, but too many kids that I see are thinking this, and then they do this, and it's hard to hit like that. It's impossible. That's all I got. We'll talk to you later.